and welcome to the BBPN show. My name is MizzWilliamz, and I will be your guest host. We're going to have a great show for you, very informative, exciting, and fun. We're going to have dancers, singers, celebrities, celebrities, rappers, producers, artists, entrepreneurs, and much, much more. So just sit back and enjoy the show. And thank you for tuning in for our second BBPN show with my special guest, Nairobi Nelson. Nairobi, thank you for coming.
And thank you, MizzWilliamz, for having me on the BBPN show.
So I'm going to just jump in and start asking some questions that I've had on my mind. So at what age did you start acting?
At what age did I start acting?
Yes.
Notice the questions, just repeat that to you. I started acting in 2010.
And what's your professional philosophy?
Well, my professional philosophy is grind all the time. Whatever you at, anywhere you can be can turn into a business meeting if you have the right people there, and if the timing is right, you gotta strike.
Okay, well then how do you know the timing's right?
You're gonna hear keywords like money, free, things like that.
Upcoming events, you're gonna jump on that, right?
Yeah, or anything that can be molded into an event that's free.
Okay.
Those are key things for my business.
Okay, great.
A lot of free.
What did you say?
A lot of free.
A lot of free.
We need free.
Would you say you're a better actor or comedian?
I would say I'm a better comedian, but I love acting.
When I say, I'm going to say a name, okay? You just give me one word in response.
Just one?
Just one. Richard Pryor.
The Toy.
Eddie Murphy.
Hilarious.
Will Smith.
Everybody did.
Jamie Foxx.
Very funny.
And I have one more. Cat Williams.
Crackhead. Is that one word? Was that two?
Wait, say that again.
Crackhead. You gotta be a crackhead.
Is that in light? That's in light of the recent antics that he's been doing?
Yes. I just saw a clip where it was Cat Williams doing stand-up, had his own stand-up show, and he's on his way in, and he has a microphone, a cordless mic, and smacks the guy in the back of his head, and then heads up on the stage. And then when he gets on the stage, he tells everybody, mind your business, or because it could be you next.
Okay, well that leads me to my next question. When you're in show business, do you think that when you become real big, that you kind of, you start acting out? I mean, like what he's doing right now? Do you start getting a little crazy, just thinking that you can do anything you want to do?
If you're on drugs. If you're not on drugs, you're going to be okay.
Okay.
But the drugs,
No, I mean from exhaustion. Do you ever think that from going on the road and staying on the road for days and I guess months at a time, will that make you a little wacky?
Will it make you a little ornery?
Mm-hmm.
I would say I'm gonna go with no, because they got Red Bulls. Drink a Red Bull and you're back.
So basically, he has an excuse for what he's doing right now. Okay, so that brings me to my next question. Where do you get your material from?
Everyday life. Everyday life. At work. Any work.
Anytime you see something funny that happens, you just kind of write it down and you keep it in your head, and then you kind of make a joke out of it, and you're going to use that on stage, or is that how it works?
Yeah, I test it out on people in my circle.
Okay.
And how they accept it, or after they tell me what they think, then kind of like make it into something. Then we'll bring it on stage and see what the audience thinks.
Now, my thing is timing and delivery. I think that's probably the most important or key thing in being a comedian. A lot of times I've seen stuff on television, like a joke, and I'm like dying laughing. I'm like, I'm going to tell this to somebody as soon as I get back or get around my friends. But the thing is, as soon as I tell them, it's like the delivery, they look at me like basically crickets, you know. Has that ever happened to you? Have you had an audience that just wasn't responding to your jokes?
Yes. You never gonna believe this. I'm in Jersey City at the Worldwide Battle of Comics, and I get on stage and I say, "Hello, everybody. I'm Nairobi Nelson from Neptune, New Jersey," and nobody, no, man. As soon as I said Neptune, New Jersey,
you said New Jersey. Good.
They started going, boo, boo. I said, wait. I meant to say Asbury Park. They said, still boo, boo.
New Jersey, period, right? Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I said, wait. I'm from Newark. He said, yeah, yes. South Oregon.
How you gonna be from Neptune, Asbury, and Newark?
Yeah, they wasn't paying attention to it. I said Newark, then they was back on stage. But before they was like, boo.
Okay, but when you got on stage, how did they, were they laughing? Was it still hard to get them to, to kind of accept you? Did you feel comfortable even after that?
Well, I did feel comfortable after that because part of the nervousness is the butterflies prior to you talking. But once you start talking, that energy just goes out, and it was sink or swim. And for me, networking is more important than anything. So wherever I'm at, as long as I'm networking, in the end of the day, and I got something to show for it, it's a good day.
For anybody who's ever been on stage, maybe their first time around, have you ever forgotten a joke?
Plenty of times. A lot of times, the mistake that I've learned from is people, you memorize this line, that line, want to say this line, and then when you get on stage, the jokes don't fit the audience. Right.
So you have to tailor it to them.
Yeah.
So if you had to give advice to anybody that was, like a first timer or who's ever had problems, what would you say to them? Like, tailor your jokes once you see them, or have enough jokes so that, what would you say?
Definitely have enough jokes. What I like to tell all new jacks when you first start off is the first thing before anything, people don't know who you are. Right. So your first thing is let the people know who you are. Hello, I'm Nairobi Nelson, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
The second thing is to compliment the audience.
Okay.
You look around, you guys look nice, give a round of applause to yourself. But you don't look nice, and then you start
off, okay. And thank you for having me here in your city or town or state.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, just like this. Thank you for having me here at the BBPN show, MizzWilliamz.
And thank you for being here. So, I have a question for you before we move on to your acting. Watching you through this interview, you have your sunglasses on. So my thinking is, I'm trying to, ask questions to get to know Nairobi Nelson. Would you consider yourself to be eccentric, a little weird, or recluse?
I wouldn't consider myself weird or eccentric, but some people might.
How about shy?
I'm definitely somewhat shy. And when we say somewhat, we mean some. And then I say, what? And then it's over.
Do you feel better with the sunglasses on?
I like to wear the shades in high lit areas.
Okay.
And a lot of times on stage, you got all the lights on you.
Right.
It's like when you're on the BBPN show, we have a lot of lights.
But I'm saying when you have the sunglasses on, people wonder if you have something to hide. Do you have anything to hide?
It depends what day.
Okay. And let's go to a clip of your comedic stylings right now.
And the prosecutor, Jerry Mass. Come to find out, he was spying at most of my shows.
Mr. Mass, I'm gonna get right to it. I want comedy's on a platinum platter.
Me too, Steinberg.
Which is why we're going to have to take drastic measures.
You mean you want me to smoke his ass?
No. What I mean is, we're going to have to get him to admit he's guilty in front of a jury.
You don't mean...
Yes. We're going to have to use the oldest trick in the book.
Sounds risky. But your wish is my command.
Good. Go to it.
Right away, Steinberg. Right away.
Always in my business. You need to take your nose out of my business and put your nose in the Kleenex. Snotty nose heifer.
Do you prefer to be called Comedy or Comedy?
Mr. is fine.
Okay, Mr. Can you read and write?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Can you please tell the court what IMGUILTY spells? Go ahead.
I'm guilty.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Yo, man, hold up.
Listen, you may step down.
It did not look good.
You are a very funny guy, Nairobi.
Thank you, Melissa.
But I'd like to switch gears right now and talk a little bit more about your acting. Tell me about some movies that you've been in that we, or people in the area might be familiar with, and some of the roles that you played.
Well, the second movie that I was in was called Comedy, produced by Mike Massolino. It's a movie about a stand-up comedian struggling, and then he meets a psychiatrist, and she shows him the way to manipulate people's laughter through
Okay, I saw that one. Okay, that was great. Okay.
Yeah.
And you were the psychiatrist.
No.
Or
I played the prosecutor.
Okay.
Now, the thing about it is that the twist of it is he makes people laugh now, and they die laughing. And before it wasn't a crime, but when the comedian starts to predict how many people he's going to kill, at the whatever the venue is,
Okay.
and that's when I come into play as the prosecutor, because now we got manslaughter charges.
Okay. All right. Okay. And what other movies have you been in?
We have a movie that's coming out in January called Touch, also produced by and directed by Mike Massolino. This movie is about a synthetic drug that it comes in the form of a hand sanitizer, and you put it on your hands, and it goes through your bloodstream, through your hands, and then you feel all kooky and crap. But in this movie, I play a more serious role. I play a loving husband, and that's hard for me.
Okay, all right. And any other movies? So that's 2. How many have you been in since you started acting?
My first one was a movie directed by J.D. Williams from The Wire, HBO's Wire, Oz.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's where I learned a lot. He actually put me to the test.
How do people get in touch with you? To be in these in the movies. I mean, do you have? How do you promote yourself? Like, how do they get in touch with you? Online, on Facebook, what?
I would say the easiest way is Facebook. Nairobi Nelson at Facebook, or you can email me at NairobiNelson@yahoo.com.
But I mean, do you have like a bio somebody that wants to be an actor, do you have a bio together with your picture on it and your information, your history, letting people know what type of acting roles you do? Do you give that out? Like, how did they get in touch with you?
Mostly, and I say this all the time, it's very important to network.
Okay.
Like, I never went to acting school, and I just happened to be a comedian, and I networked with other comedians, and another comedian got a role. He called me up. He said, "Do you want to get in on this gig?" I said yes, and the rest is history.
Okay. You didn't go to acting school, but you went to college?
Yes.
Where'd you go?
Morgan State University, Golden Bears.
What did you major in?
Telecommunications, radio, and TV broadcasting. And my minor was psychology.
Okay, so you're staying basically on the same lines. You wanted to be in the limelight. You wanted to be on television or radio. So you're basically doing that, you're still there.
Yeah.
So your major is kind of helping you. I mean, did you take any classes that would have helped you with your acting roles or your comedy, or no? You don't think so?
No, just real life classes.
Okay. How long, at what age did you know that you wanted to be an actor?
I'd say we all have the dreams of being an actor growing up and being an NFL football player growing up. But, to actually see it come to life and actually think about really doing it was, just a few years ago, 2 years ago, when I started doing my stand-up again.
If you could act with anyone in the industry, big names, give me a couple of them.
As far as males, I would go with, I would have to say Chris Tucker.
Oh, okay, didn't expect that.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Tucker. He hasn't done acting roles in a while, has he?
Yeah.
The last role was, okay, all right. You trying to bring him back. Anybody else?
As far as females, it would have to be the one and only Halle Berry.
It's Halle Berry. And why? Besides the fact that she's beautiful, but...
Well, besides the fact that she's beautiful, we would have to do a remake of Monsters Ball.
Okay.
And I would be the white guy.
Okay. And less. Okay. What roles do you prefer?
Right now, I prefer cop roles.
Okay.
I seem to be getting typecasted into cop roles, but they're easy.
Okay, what about romantic?
Romantic?
Would you do a soap opera?
Yes. Yes, I would. Actually, in the new movie Touch, I play a loving husband, and it's a little bit of a reach for me.
Okay, and when did you say this is coming out?
In January.
And it's a little bit, are you romantic at all in this?
Yes, I play a loving husband. I just proposed.
Little emotions?
Yes, first I'm just so happy that she is within my existence.
Okay.
And then turns topsy-turvy with the bad guys coming in, and then I'm like trying to play the, hey, get off my wife.
So you would say this is a different role for you from all the previous roles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they asked me to cry in this one.
Oh, are you able to?
I cry right now.
Cry? You can cry for me right now?
Right now.
Okay, let's see some tears.
Yeah.
Impromptu. Here we are with Nairobi Dennison crying. That's good.
What is going on? And cut.
And that's acting, everybody. And you didn't even go to school for that. Now, I'd like to ask you, where do you see yourself in the future, let's say 5 years from now? Do you see yourself as the role of actor, maybe on a show, a sitcom, or doing stand-up comedy? Would you ever consider being on something like Comedy Central?
Indeed. And maybe, just maybe, I could fill in the void of the Chappelle Show.
Okay.
You know, because we need that.
Is that still running, or are those reruns?
Those are reruns. They are no longer in existence.
Wow. Would you ever consider going on the Apollo?
Now that's scary.
Yeah, I think so.
Would I go on it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think the new one is not as scary as the old one, though.
No, it's not. Not as bad. I don't think the people are that harsh on you. I've seen a couple of comedians last for the 3 minutes that they're on. So I'm thinking, from New Jersey, represent. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? I could
Would you like to see him on that show, on the Apollo? Yeah, I'd like to see you. Okay. Okay. I'm going to kind of take this down a little bit. And we're going to get a little serious. You brought a picture, and that's been sitting on the table. And I'd like to offer my condolences. Can you tell us a little about the person in the picture and what's going on, or what happened, I should say?
Okay. Yeah, this is my 15-year-old son, Nasir Ladon Nelson. He got caught up in what do you call the undertow?
The riptide?
Yeah,
the riptide.
The riptide. Riptide current. A freak incident at Bradley Beach. And even though he passed June 9th, 2011, what I use, I don't use it as something that brings me backwards. I use it as something that pulls me forward.
Okay.
For every good fortune, I say thank you, Nas. Because what I do is, instead of taking him and burying him, I put him right here in my heart.
Right.
So he's with me wherever I go, wherever I talk to, whoever I meet. It's like we are meeting. So,
So he's always in your heart.
Yeah.
And he gives you the strength to keep going.
Indeed.
Because you being a comedian and, thinking about it, like, how is it easy for you to keep laughing? But if you're strong and you keep going, and Nasir went to Neptune High School, very well known, very popular, as well as you are. Very handsome young man. What year? How old was he?
He was 15. Now he would be 17. He also didn't leave without a trace. He also left a grandbaby. I have a grandbaby. Her name is Aria Shania Nelson.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. And once again, I offer my condolences. And, the reason why I did want to ask you about Nasir, I want, because most people in the area know what happened, because it was on news, Channel 7. It was on all the newscasts. I think him and his friends had gone swimming.
Yes.
Okay, and the other kids made it out, but he did not.
Yes.
And we waited with bated breath, and we prayed for like 2 days, hoping that, he would resurface. But the undertows at the beach was so strong or the undercurrent, if you're not like a really great swimmer, and I'm not sure, how he swam, he was okay. You gotta be careful. And just wanted to say, you know what, it's nice to see you, you're still going. And the support of the community has always been there for you, and Nasir will never be forgotten.
Yes. Yes, that was very important too, because it was a time where when he did pass, I was ready just to quit everything.
Okay.
Because in the essence of what I was doing, I was trying to leave something, a legacy for my children.
Right.
And for him to take over and he'd be the comedian.
Was he?
Yeah, he was very funny. He was funny. Yep, he was very talented with he used to make these beautiful poems and things.
Oh.
So, he's a chip off the old block.
Okay. I would have loved to have met him. He seemed to be a nice young man. So he was into the comedy. Was he into the acting as well, or just did he go to some of your shows?
No, he was a little too young to go to my shows.
Okay.
But at the time, his mother was participating too.
Okay.
So he was kind of feeling like he was going to be on the next level. And
Was he funny?
And yeah, he was funny,
Okay.
and he always goofed around and, you know, did the wacky things. And the director of the first movie that I was in, he wanted to do a movie with all of our kids.
Okay.
So I had told Nas, and he was all for it. And, you know, it was kind of getting it all going. But, you know, real life will smack you in the face.
Yeah. So also, you brought a picture here with you today. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, this was presented to me at the Neptune High School football game, homecoming it was. And it was on the road to their championship run, which they dedicated the season to Nasir. And they got championship rings with his name on it as well.
Oh, okay.
His number was 29. And actually, this is the young man that was in the water with him.
Okay, so is he in this picture at all? Is he in this picture or no? This is just his.
Yeah, this is Jersey. These are the two team captains, two of his good friends.
Okay. And I like to say that, you know, when there's a tragedy that happens where a parent loses a child, usually, you know, we hear about it for a while, and it's been almost a year now later, or has it been a year? Less than a year?
2 years.
It's been 2 years. And, you know, just coming back and finding out how you're doing, you know, and that Nasir is not forgotten, you know, is very important. And it's also probably very cathartic for you to just get it out, you know, to even talk about him again. It feels good, right?
Yes, it does.
And I'm glad that you came and talked about it and told us the story. And you're moving on.
Yeah. And I'm glad and thankful that I got the opportunity to do so on the BBPN show with MizzWilliamz.
Thank you.
You can get in contact with me through Facebook, Nairobi Nelson, that's Nairobi Nelson. Or you can send me an email at nairobinelson@yahoo.com. Also, I'm having my comedy show I do once a month, Comedy for the Soul, down at Urban Nest, February 3rd. So you can catch me all over the place. And also, you can catch me here on the BBPN show with Miss MizzWilliamz.
I'm gonna tell you a quick story about the Bellies. When the Bellies got a ticket, they said, I want to reserve my table. I said, where you want to reserve your table at? Directly in the front. Huh? Who does that? Give it up for the Bellies with the heart of steel. Yes. Look, her sister right. I told her not to get the front. But she got to get the front. Yeah, give it up for the Billies. And we also got the Thomas family. You got to give it up for the Thomas family right over there. Thomas family, give it up for yourself too. They are 12 deep. So shoot, we can have a family feud this month. We got the Talmadges, the Shores, and in the back row, we got, and I'm gonna wish a happy birthday to Padilla.